So hello everyone, welcome to today's session. In this video, I'm going to discuss about very important topic for IOQM from PNC, which is not a very important part of JE, but you can expect such type of grid questions and path questions. Basically, there's a rectangle given. You have to find how many number of paths are possible from a particular point to another point. So such type of questions can be solved using binary sequence. So I will explain you about this concept from basic, and then we will jump to the actual problem in the next part. So this first part is basically the introduction of this binary sequence, what it is, why we use it and how to use it in simple question, and then we will jump to the actual QM question. So this is also called as bijection principle, though you have heard about this word bijection in sets, right? But it's not that very important that you must be aware of what is bijection, injection, etc. You must just know that whatever we are going to use a sequence for a particular type of question, that will be unique and that will end up in a certain answer. Okay, so let's begin with basics and I'll explain it. So first of all, I'll talk about two types of bijection set in very basic, because it's not that required for doing the question. It's just that, for example, there is one set and there is another set, and there are certain elements in this set and there are certain elements in this set. Okay, so for example, six are there and six are here, and every element of this set A is just mapped with some element of this set B. Okay, so you can say that uh, there's no empty element here, no element is left in the set B, and all the elements of set A are aligned with unique output in set B. Such type of sets are called as bijective functions, bijective sets, etc. Okay, so why I'm saying this bijective principle? Because we are going to solve the question using a binary sequence, and each and every binary sequence, each and every binary sequence will give you a unique uh, type of selection, or way of selection, and no binary sequence will end up in like no output, it is not representing anything, nothing like that. So basically we are going to use binary sequence to solve a certain type of questions, and each binary sequence is representing a way of solving that problem. So that means we can use the binary sequence to solve a certain problem. That's it. So basically not much required. If you haven't understood what it is, it's okay, no problem. Let's jump to the basic question. You'll actually understand what it is, what I'm talking about, and how to use the binary sequence. So this is the very first question. 10 books are arranged in a line on a bookshelf. In how many ways can we select 4 books such that no 2 consecutive books from shelf are chosen? Okay, so let's do this question. So you can see that, so there are 10 books I'm lining up in a line. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm marking it as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have arranged these books in a line in a bookshelf as mentioned in the question. Okay, and now I have to select 4 books out of these 10 books such that no 2 books should be consecutive. So let's just mark one type of a lot of types. So I can select 4 books out of these 10 books such that no 2 books are consecutive. I can select in many ways, but I'm just finding one way. For example, so for example, I can select second book, fourth book, seventh book, ninth book, right? So it will follow. So this sequence will follow a lot of ways. Out of a lot of ways, this is one of the output, right? So what we have to do, we have to just select one required output. So this is one required output out of many. and we just have to mark those selected books as 1 and not selected books as 0. So this binary sequence is representing a output basically, which is telling us that which book is selected and which book is not selected. Now, if I want to find the solution of this question, I can say that I just have to find total number of ways to select, total number of ways in which I can arrange, in which 4 1, these 4 1s and 6 zeros can be arranged, such that no 2 1s are consecutive, right? So basically, I have changed the whole problem in a binary sequence, which is just telling me that all ones are representing that these books are selected, all zeros are just representing me that these books are not selected. So basically, I have to find all different binary sequence of 10 such that no 2 1s should be consecutive, because if 2 1s are consecutive, right, that means I'm selecting 2 consecutive books, which is not required, right? So now let's come back to this bijection, why we call it as a bijection principle. What I said, that every input is having a output, a unique output, and no output is left. So this is a bijection. Why? Because every binary sequence will tell us a unique way of selecting 4 books out of 10 books, right? And each binary sequence will end up in some sort of selection. It's not like that I've written one binary sequence and it is not included in my total number of selections. It will represent some type of selection, right? It will not end up in no required answer. So basically each sequence is a way to select 4 books out of 10 if 2 books are not consecutive, and each binary sequence will give me a unique way of finding it, right? So it's a bijection. That's why we call it as a bijection principle. And in general, because the students till grade 10, they don't understand sets very well, so for them I'll just say that consider it as a binary sequence only, okay? That the different binary sequence we have to form to get our answer. Now let's do basic PNC here, that in how many ways I can arrange. Now this is the question left. In how many, total number of ways in which I can arrange 4 1s and 6 zeros such that no 2 1s are consecutive. So it's very simple. I will arrange 6 zeros first. 1, 2, 3. I will use the gap method. We will use gap method. So I will arrange 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. I arranged the 6 zeros, and now I will count the gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 gaps. So in these 7 gaps, I can place 1 at any place, right? If I'll place 1 here, 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 it will represent me a sequence in which no 2 1s are consecutive, right? If I place 1 here, 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 even though this is a binary sequence which represents a type of selection in which there no 2 1s are consecutive. So basically, in how many ways I can arrange 4 1s in these 7 gaps? So basically, I have to select 4 gaps out of 7 gaps. So there are 7 gaps, and I have to select 4 gaps out of these 7 gaps so that I can arrange 1. Now, because 1 are all alike, there is one way of arranging them. So there is no requirement of doing 4 factorial. If you want to do 4 factorial, if you want to write it, this is our answer, right? So this will end up in 5 into 6 into 7 into 8 divided by 3 factorial. So basically I've cancelled 4 factorial, 7 factorial with 4 factorial, and this is 6. So this is 7, not 8, sorry. So this is 7 into 5 is 35 ways. So we got 35 ways in which I can select 4 books out of 10 books such that no 2 books are selected consecutively, right? Now, if you want to write in a proper way, arrangement, if you want to do, you can write, I have arranged 6 zeros and all are alike. Then I selected 4 spaces out of 7 gaps. 4 gaps are selected, and in these 4 gaps I have arranged 4 ones which are alike. So basically this cancelled out and 7C4 is the answer. So in this particular video I explained you how to do this gap method, means how to use the binary sequence and gap method together to solve this question, and how binary sequence can be helpful in doing such type of questions. Now in the next video, I will really going to help you the IOQM type of question, which is this, that in how many ways I can start from here, this point to this point, particular this point, and such that we have to pass through C or we have to pass through CD in how many ways. So if horizontal movement is not allowed, sorry, diagonal movement is not allowed, horizontal and vertical movements are allowed, then how many ways we can create a part out of it. So we will do these type of question using binary sequence in part 2. So if you like the video, please do like and subscribe the channel, and do comment that if you have any doubt in such things. So if you have any confusion regarding bijection, it's okay, leave it. You just have to understand that whatever you want to select, you keep it as 1, the rest you can keep it as 0, and different sequence will give you different outputs. Same thing we are going to apply in the next question in the next part. Thank you so much, everyone. See you in the next part.